RockFM Motel. Hoy tenemos a alguien muy grande dentro de nuestras puertas. Hoy recibimos en RockFM nada más y nada menos que Alice Cooper, aterrizando este verano tanto en Madrid como en Barcelona, Madrid-Leganés, y con su último disco lanzado, Detroit Stories, como presentación de esta gira. Alice, welcome to RockFM.
Thank you.
Detroit Stories, tenías ganas de presentarlo en vivo ya, ¿no?
Well, yeah, you know, it's part of the show. We don't do the entire album. We do certain songs off of it because there's 28 albums that people want to hear songs from Schools Out, from $Billion Babies, from Welcome to My Nightmare, all those albums. So we picked like 2 or 3 songs off of the Detroit album to do live on stage.
Mr. Cooper, ¿cómo ha sido este largo periodo de pandemia? ¿Cómo lo has vivido?
Oh, you know, we were the worst thing about the pandemic was that we had 18 months without touring, and that was very, very strange for us since we do 150 to 200 shows a year around the world. So to have 18 months off was almost like, you know, it was like withdrawal, you know. We're so used to the adrenaline on stage.
Nunca habías estado tanto tiempo sin tocar encima del escenario, ¿no?
Yeah, I mean, no, we've been working since I was 16 years old. I've been touring, and I don't think I've ever had more than 2 or 3 months off, you know, from touring, and so that's just so much a part of our life that you know. 18 months was a shock to the system.
Durante este pasado invierno te hemos visto dando de comer a niños que lo necesitaban. ¿Estás muy involucrado en tareas solidarias?
Oh, yeah. I have an organization called Solid Rock Foundation. It's not really a foundation, it's a charity. But any teenager can come in and learn guitar, bass, drums, singing, dancing, photography, art, and it's all for free. We fund it by doing a golf tournament, and we fund it by also doing a big Christmas show. So yeah, we go out of our way to do charity work when we're at home.
He leído unas declaraciones tuyas en las que decías que si no tuvieras tu banda te gustaría unirte a Foo Fighters, o te hubiera gustado unirte a la banda Foo Fighters. Vaya palazo, ¿no? Lo de Taylor Hawkins. ¿Has conseguido hablar con Dave Grohl o con alguno de la banda?
Well, we know those guys very well. You know, Taylor is one of those guys that was such a personality. He was such an incredible personality. And Dave, you know, is an old friend from really a long time ago. And so I've gone up and sang with Foo Fighters 2 or 3 times, in fact 3 or 4 times, where I just go up and they do 2 or 3 of my songs, and they do them as well as my band do. Because they were Alice fans, you know, before they even started the whole thing. You know, when they were playing bars, they were doing Alice Cooper songs. So I kind of look at them as sort of a throwback to 70s rock. But boy, we're going to miss Taylor because he was just such a great character and a really, really cool guy.
¿Cómo es trabajar con Bob Ezrin a la producción? Tenéis 2 caracteres, 2 personalidades muy fuertes. ¿No chocáis el uno con el otro?
No, you know, the funny thing, Bob Ezrin and I we have the same sense of humor. It's a very dark sense of humor.
Dark sense of
humor.
And
he's the only person I know that really knows who Alice Cooper is, the character Alice Cooper. I mean, we both share that dark sense of humor, so I don't think there's ever been an argument in 40 years of working with Bob. I've never argued with him about anything.
Detroit Stories ha quedado plasmado un gran homenaje a tu ciudad y a todos esos músicos de rock que salieron de Detroit. ¿Cómo distribuirías las capitales de la música dentro de Estados Unidos por estilo? Por ejemplo, Los Ángeles, Detroit, etcétera, etcétera. Chicago.
Oh, you mean as far as, well, Detroit is the hard rock capital of the United States. And, you know, all of the hard rock bands came out of Detroit. I mean, Iggy and the Stooges, the MC5, Alice Cooper, Bob Seger, Ted Nugent, Susie Quattro, all hard rock bands. And so you have to look at Detroit as being the home of hard rock.
A lot of big bands.
Different in LA. Yeah, it's different in Los Angeles. It's different in New York. It's different. But Detroit, you have to be a hard rock band or they just don't care about you.
Si tuvieras que definir en pocas palabras a Salvador Dalí, ¿cuál sería tu definición?
Wow. I have met everybody in the business. You know, Dalí was by far the most unique character I'd ever met. He was as surreal as his paintings.
¿Cómo has conseguido diferenciar durante toda tu carrera a Alice Cooper como personaje de Vincent Damon Fournier como persona, como ser humano?
Well, there was a period of time when I was, you know, drinking and taking drugs that I didn't understand the difference. I didn't know where one stopped and one began. When I got sober, like 39 years ago, when I got sober, then I started realizing that I'm playing Alice Cooper.
Was the same.
Like the same way I would be playing, you know, Jack the Ripper or a character, you know. So that character on stage is totally opposite of who I am. He's this arrogant villain. And he's got a sense of humor. We have the same sense of humor, but that's about it. I am nothing like the character that I play on stage. So that character lives on stage, and I leave him there. I never bring him off stage.
Las actuaciones de Alice Cooper no se entenderían sin el teatro. Si tuvieras que interpretar una obra de teatro o una película como actor, ¿cuál elegirías?
Well, I think that, I just mentioned Jack the Ripper. That would be kind of a good character to play.
Yeah.
And I always thought that I would be a great James Bond villain. I could be a very good James Bond villain.
Además de tu música excelsa durante la carrera, eres gran valedor de ese tesoro llamado Hollywood Vampires. ¿Cómo está la banda ahora? ¿Tienes mucha relación con Joe y con Johnny?
Oh yeah, we're like brothers. The thing about it was people didn't realize how good a guitar player Johnny Depp was. And by the way, one of the nicest people you'll ever meet in your life. Johnny Depp is one of the nicest, less harmful people you'll ever meet. And so Joe and Johnny and I have been doing the Vampires for 7 years. There has never been one argument in that group. Everybody is there because we want to be there, because we love paying tribute to all of these guys that went before us, John Lennon and Harry Nilsson and, all the guys that died, Jimi Hendrix, Jim Morrison. So the idea was to do a tribute album to those guys. And then on the second album, we started writing all of our own material. So, yeah, we're very close. Johnny's doing a movie right now. Joe is getting ready to go out with Aerosmith. And I'm on tour, so we probably won't go on tour till next year.
¿Cómo era ese club de los 70 con esos nombres que nos acabas de decir como Lennon, Morrison, etcétera, etcétera?
Well, there's only, I think, 3 of us left. Bernie Taupin, and Mickey Dolenz from the Monkees.
Yeah.
Are about the only the only three left. Ringo, is still there, and a lot of guys were honorary Hollywood vampires, but the ones that were there every night was Harry Nilsson, myself, Mickey Dolenz, Keith Moon. Those were the original guys that were there every single night. And then people that would show up and just kind of be guests at the bar, were people that just came into town, So John Lennon was there all the time, and we were the original vampires. Yeah.
¿Cuál era el más golfo de todos?
Keith
Moon.
Keith Moon was the most insane. He was the best drummer I ever heard in my life, and yet he was absolutely exhausting because he was always doing something that was like insane, and one night he would show up and he would be dressed like the Queen of England, and then the next night he would be Hitler, and then the next night he'd be a Viking, and every night he would show up as a different person, as a different character. and he was just absolutely insane. But he was a lovely person and really fun. He was always fun to be with. But he would exhaust you because you wouldn't want to go home and go to sleep, and he would want to go back out to bars all night, Yeah.
Cool. El último escenario sobre el que te vi fue en el RockFest hace unos años de Barcelona. Este verano vuelves, pero este verano te iré a ver a la nueva cubierta de Leganés en Madrid en el próximo mes de julio. ¿Qué tienes para decirle a todos los fans españoles, a todos los fans que vayan tanto a Madrid, a esa nueva cubierta de Leganés, como al RockFest en Barcelona?
Well, it's a brand new show. It's basically the same band, but it's an entirely new show. It looks like a giant castle, and it's sort of like Alice Cooper's Haunted Castle. And we do all the hits. I've got the best touring band of anybody out there, and I put my band up against anybody out there. So musically, it's going to be the tightest band you hear. We do all the hits, and there's a ton of surprises that happen in the show. So it's impossible to look away from the stage.
Nos ha gustado tanto Detroit Stories que estamos deseando nuevo disco. ¿Cuándo nuevo disco como Alice Cooper, como Hollywood Vampires? ¿Cuándo nos das nuevo material, Alice?
Well, I have 2 new albums that I'm working on right now. So cool. One album is going to be coming out this year and one album next year. Perfect. But they're both Alice Cooper hard rock albums. So, we've already done the bed tracks. I'm doing the vocals now, and the record should be coming out, I would say, sometime this year.
Alice, thank you so much to be here. This is your home. This is Rock FM. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys, and we can't wait to get to Spain.
See you this summer.
Okay. Bye-bye.